Yeah, so I just want to say, like, I think these people should be recognized and smitten. They're very evil. Example, I don't know if you can see that this is like wilt and disease. There's a lot of things in here with wilt and disease, but they're doing it deliberately just to malign things. You know, like, what is the point of that? What is the point of that? No, someone is telling them it's important for them to be maligning my gardens because I don't know what love is. I don't know what God is. They need to be teaching me about love and God by being these pernicious shitheads. But let me go into more detail about these pernicious shitheads. Like, you know, the thing about, they really hate seeds. Seeds is a very, you know, because they're just about Satanism and consumerism. Okay, that's their religion, and most people is these people, and they need to be smitten. Most people, okay. But let me show you this. So you see this disease on here. That's like a rose milkweed. What that's from is from the evil people. Which what they did was this guy that I just met the guy. You know, this is a year ago. This is the first time I you know, talking with the guy. Within the first week of me meeting him, and he's like, what do you think I should do about this? They moved these park benches here, and he says, what do you think I should do about this? There's all this grass over there. I'm like, well, you just get a push mower and you mow it. No, I don't like that. It's too tall. It's too many weeds over there. And it wasn't. It really wasn't. It was really just, yeah, it wasn't that bad. So that was a simple thing. They didn't have a push mower at the time, I don't think, but it's, you know, they get one for $200, and that's what you're gonna do. 2 days later, everything died. Everything was dead. And then they had their meeting. You know, it was like 5 days from when I had met him or something. It was like the weekend coming up. But then when I saw him like a week later, I go, did you put some kind of pesticide on there? And he's like, no, I didn't do that. I'm like, well, that's bullshit, because everything's dead. And it hasn't grown back since. This has not been mowed even. It looks like it might have been mowed. No, it's not. This has not even grown. But the first week of July, it was still all sand. And this is just growing slowly. It's just sickly growing. This is some very randy grass that's just barely, you know, surviving in this toxic waste. That, you know, here's the soil now. It's toxic death, because I'm sure this is poisonous. I'm sure this is poisonous stuff. And aside from that, which is such a boneheaded thing to have done, it's very, very malignant to have done that, you have this disease here. See, this is a milkweed, and this is all stunted and not growing like a milkweed. This is a regular milkweed. Its leaves should be, you know, huge, not shriveled up and shrimped like this. That's a direct effect from this pesticide, which is really specifically targeting milkweeds. Okay, so just by that information, we can probably find out what it is. Okay, this is Asiatic dayflower. It's kind of there's other things in here that are sickly like that too, but this is now going uphill slightly. That's the same effect on this milkweed, which last year it didn't have that problem, but here it is this year. It does have that problem. And this is just a pernicious evil of these people. The other day, they sprayed something in here, and that's I pulled all the dead. But it could have been just them watering it in the noon sun, which is something they love to do. They love to do it. This is what's happened here. Their whole garden last year was just a sick, disease-prone disaster. The guy who started this garden, he was leaving, and he was like, this is pathetic. I met him last year in August. He was, you know, looking all displeased. This was all weeds, and so I stepped in. I said, well, turn to a garden. They have desecrated my garden constantly. This is what's barely survived from their malignancy, and it's totally disheartening to me, because it's not what I was doing. It's something of casualty after their deliberate, persistent violence. It's violent. They knew that I was like, hey, someone's watering this in the noon. Do you know who it is? Oh, I don't know who it is. Yeah, they're really killing everything. You know, these sprouts, I just planted them, but the stuff I planted since April was always being killed. constantly being killed. And the stuff that you see growing here is the stuff that was already alive in April, and all of it's been stunted. It's been, it's sick. And they didn't start this garden, they took over the garden. And this is what they do all over the place. I've met in 20 garden clubs, I've met these people, and they are leading the way in bad measure. All their little members, all the decent people get chased out. They all get, canceled. They get harassed. So the harassment program is just something these people are doing to all peoples. And the only people who are allowed to stay are the narcissistic, evil people. And that's what's going on in our society, in our gardens.